Hello and welcome everyone to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be from last week's ZOTAC Cup. This was ZOTAC 305. I do apologize for not uploading in the past few days. Not really any excuses, no exams were on. I was, I guess, just having too much fun playing games, and I guess my responsibility in uploading videos just did not occur to me. So either way, this is what I get for not checking up with ZOTAC. Apparently I missed the round of 8 and did not realize that Lordo actually made it. I did promise that I would cast one of his series if he actually made it to the round of 8, and he did. This is going to be him versus Yumiko. So we have U2's Lordo, or the Lordo. Lordo as the red orc player in the bottom right of Nomad's Isle is going to get himself a Farseer out as his first hero. Meanwhile, in the top left we have the grey human player, TC's Yumiko, and he's going to get himself an Archmage. So far, I think Yumiko is Lordo's biggest matchup, so far. I mean, he has versed, I guess, a couple of other people. Foggy managed to beat him in a 2-0 sweep to get to the semifinals. He versed Nicker, he versed Passion, those kind of players, but no one as big as Yumiko. And I'm very curious to see how this will turn out. Yumiko about to finish that Archmage and is going to move those militia out to possibly take out this Goblin Laboratory camp. The Footman's going to go after the Peon. I believe the Lordo will actually be able to deny it if he is smart enough. Actually, Yumiko is going to start off with this green creep camp, the Null Overseer camp. Apparently he wants to, I guess, clear it out before the Blade Master is going to arrive at the scene. Not Blade Master, it was the Farseer I meant. And the camp has been cleared out. The Spirit Wolves have been, I guess, summoned, and there we go with the first bit of experience for the Farseer. Archmage does have a Gloves of Haste, but the Farseer did get a little bit of a head start in terms of attacks. Okay, a quick tier 2 jump for Lordo as well as Yumiko. So this is going to be interesting, or at least in my opinion. We are going to have a surround over here, the wolf being pulled off by Lordo. Was denied, well, not denied, but just killed off by that gold creep camp. Okay, Archmage not really doing anything. He is just staying there in front of that mercenary camp. Wow, lots of mistakes. Merchant camp is going to take a little bit of a pot shot at that hawk. Now no, the hawk will no longer reposition itself. I believe he will stay on top of the trees, allowing the Archmage to maybe sneak in, as the hawk is the only creep that does not actually sleep on that Goblin Merchant camp. Farseer is going to clear out this green creep camp, the 3-1-1 creep camp, and we'll get a Tome of Intelligence. The Footman will be able to spot this, forcing Lordo to actually pull off, and he is going to actually get focused. He does have a boost of speed, but it does look like he might be forced to use a TB scroll. So yeah, actually Farseer with boots of speed, that might actually allow him to retreat. However, the Archmage also has boots of speed himself. I believe the Archmage is faster, or they might actually be the same speed. I have no idea on the exact speed values. We do have a Dark Ranger as the second hero. Lordo going for an unorthodox hero, I guess, combo here. is getting one of his spirit lodges. I believe he might go for a second one, because in the past we have seen Lordo take double spirit lodges into the Troll Witch Doctor composition. It seems to work well, but it mainly works well against Night Elf players, or at least the success rate has been anyway. And of course Lordo heavily relied on the Blade Master as well. We have a Beastmaster out for Yumiko. We did see this from him a couple of times, particularly the match he had against Tho. And let's see how... yeah, he did verse Tho. I remember now, it was Yumiko versing Tho at the Raytheon Cup. Yep. But of course we did see the Beastmaster being there to support a tower play. We have yet to see that here from him, but Yumiko will probably do that later on, maybe. Double Arcane Sanctums on the way. Do we have any tier 2 units out for Lordo? We have the first Spirit Troll Witch Doctor out, and we do have a second Spirit Lodge nearly completed. Like I said, the success rate for this Troll Witch Doctor strategy mainly works against Night Elf players. I have yet to see Lordo versus a human player, so I'm very curious to see how this will turn out. Obviously Sentry Wards will be a valuable scouting asset. Stasis traps can easily be countered by those Spellbreakers, and hell, Spellbreakers can even counter those Troll Witch Doctors because they can't really attack. Now we do have a Hawk in the air and level 2 on that Beastmaster. Lordo going after this gold mine over here, and don't think he's going to take an expansion. I don't think he wants to invest his resources on that. He is going to pick himself a +6 claws of attack. Nearly level 3 on that Farseer as well. Potion of Invulnerability is going to be purchased and sold the first 2 items. We have indeed Fortress Tech on the way. I honestly thought that was a third Spirit Lodge, but we are towering up for Lordo. He is known to do that, as his transition into Mass Troll Witch Doctors is a rather vulnerable one. Now level 3 on the Archmage has been obtained, and a +2 ring has been dropped. It's going to be picked up, most likely going to be sold for a little bit of gold, and we have Lordo just clearing out camps himself as well. So far it's a 3-2, nearly level 3, versus a 3-2, nearly level 3 as well. So in terms of heroes, it is pretty even, but I don't know, the hero combination, I can't really compare properly. I mean, I have never seen a Farseer Dark Ranger composition before, so I don't know how effective that is. Obviously Lordo wants to swarm his opponent with those black arrows. Not sure how well silence works against an Archmage or a Beastmaster, because elementals and summons are long cooldowns anyway, so you know, silence doesn't really affect them. We do have the reinforced defenses for those Orc Burrows and Watchtowers, so well, Lordo is expecting an attack. We do have a Shadowhunter coming out as the third hero as well. Obviously Shadowhunter would synergize well with the Blade Master, but he also synergizes well with just basically any other hero. I mean, a heal, CC, and he does fairly nice in the DPS front as well. The Voodoo Lounge will be destroyed. We will have a replacement at the back Altar of Storms will probably be destroyed if Lordo doesn't TP in. Eventually, Talisman of Evasion will be picked up. This won't be good for Lordo though, as his units are pretty low on health already. So coming into defense with just such a weakened army is, you know, challenging. We could possibly have healing wards being placed down, as Master's Training has apparently just finished. We also have Spirit Walk Master's Training as well. Do we have a Witch Doctor with high enough mana? We do have one that can place down one of those wards, but Lordo is just waiting for those healing salves from that Voodoo Lounge. Lightning Orb has been purchased, and we will have the healing salves being used. Shadow Hunter is out. Not sure which build he has chosen though. We do have a lot of units for Yumiko. I believe that's over upkeep. Yes it is. It's 58 army supply versus a 38. So Lordo is quite a bit in a slump right now. He is going to get a turn totem. Haven't seen one of these in a while, especially in a game from ZOTAC. So very curious to see how turns work against, you know, such an army. We have 3 Troll Berserkers out for Yumiko. That's a ton of piercing damage, so Witch Doctors and Spirit Walkers beware, because these guys just hurt. Now, turns. How well do they work? They do fairly well against Spellbreakers, but at the same time Spellbreakers just, you know, slowly overwhelm those turns. I don't think the cost is really that efficient. But either way, we do have Spirit Walkers, and they do have Master's Training, so Reincarnation is obviously a possibility. I say Reincarnation, but it's actually named Ancestral Spirit. We have a Chain Lightning from that Farseer, and he will indeed be level 4 if he can get a kill, but I don't think that is easy to do. We do have Priests just constantly healing these units. We don't really have much of a constant heal for Lordo. He does have the Shadow Hunter, but really he needs mana to cast that. We do have healing wards, but they can easily be sniped as well. Lordo currently has a 40 food supply army versus a 64. Yumiko is obviously laying down the pressure, but he does not want to go in for the kill just quite yet. I think by the time he places down towers, he will have a firm grasp against Lordo. Lordo does have one of those turns out, normal and heavy, so obviously that is a pretty good counter to those Spellbreakers, but at the same time Spellbreakers do cost less, and they can easily be masked to counter those turns. But you know, if it's like a 1v2 turn versus Spellbreaker, obviously the turn looks pretty good, but you know, Yumiko does have way more Spellbreakers in that one turn. One of the Spellbreakers have been taken down, but you know, Yumiko can train more by the time, you know, Lordo could recover. We do have Pulverize also being researched or upgraded, whatever you want to say. That is basically just an AoE. I have no idea if that affects Spellbreakers. That is a physical ability, not a magical spell, so it could possibly affect it. We will have a Goblin Shredder out, as well as a Sapper. No, that is not a Sapper. There are no Sappers. Oh well, Sapper play would have actually been pretty fun to watch. We do have a level 4 Farseer, and the Goblin Laboratory will reveal this area, as well as the Hawk as well. Not sure if that was necessary. I think that was a little bit redundant, as we had a bit of a double scouting right over here, and we do have double arcane towers. Obviously Yumiko has expected this to happen, and we have workshops being placed down, most likely for those mortar teams. But you know, the possibility of siege engines could work out as well. We have a bestiary being placed down. We generally see this from Lordo, as he would like to add in Kodo beasts to his mix. We also have a couple of shamans as well. He tends to take advantage of those Spirit Lodge units. Obviously his main core is the Troll Witch Doctor, but we haven't seen him massing up those units quite yet. He is rather anxious to just stay at no upkeep, but obviously that's not going to work out so well against, you know, a low upkeep player. Obviously 80 food supply army is totally going to demolish a 50 food supply army, so you know, Lordo's got to find an answer, and I think his answer must be an expansion, and it looks like he is actually going to take that approach to, I guess, one of the most less likely places Yumiko would expect for an expansion. But you know, there's the possibility that Yumiko might expect that unexpected thing. I know it's confusing. We do have invisibility being casted on those footmen. They're most likely there just to go for harassment and a suicide run, just to free up some supply. I mean, that is 8 food supply over there, so we could possibly have about, how many? 3 spell breakers from that? Actually no, that's 9. Close. Could be like 4 additional spellcasters over here. Either way, this raid creep camp is going to be cleared out. Bronze Drake, what is he going to drop? Items have been quite generous to Yumiko so far. He does have mainly the Beastmaster, Ring of Generation, and a Rock Golem, not Rock Golem, Stone Golem token. And a full 25-second invulnerability potion as well. Here we go. Lordo did go for a great how should I say? Great flank, I meant. I was gonna say gank. Wow. Great flank, and was able to kill one of those units. I completely forgot which unit. Yeah, the Troll Berserker. Healing well placed down as well. Not really used to the fullest, but Lordo doesn't really need that. He will be taking advantage of the bloodlust from those shamans. Obviously it would be very great to have it on those turns. Where are the turns? I have no idea. There's a turn. He is slown. That's not good, actually. I mean, slow is a very good neutralizing spell against bloodlust. Wow, these footmen are actually doing fairly well against the main base. I mean, not really a good sort of defense. Watchtowers and Orc Burrows against footmen, mainly because of the defendability. There we go. Lordo is finally going to go back to resuming his economy, but you know, he lost a lot of time. I can give that for a fact. Lordo's expansion has been completed, but Yumiko is just way so close. I mean, this expansion might be exposed and it could be screwed. Yumiko, on the other hand, is over high upkeep. Wow, he is just living it right now. He is going to place down a second expansion just to secure his dominance over the map. I have no idea if Yumiko has spotted this, but I don't think it even matters anymore. I mean, high upkeep versus a low upkeep army. It's just beginning to get low upkeep. We are going to start adding some turns into this, but the upgrades, not really any on Yumiko. That is a surprising thing. Lordo does have 2-0 on his turn warriors. So let's see how this will turn out. Here we go with this incoming attack. Lordo will not be able to produce any more turns, which would be a very, very big downside, as he will not be able to get one of his hardest hitters out for his army. And Lordo he's not even gonna defend. Actually no, he is. He's gonna purchase a scroll of healing, maybe a scroll of protection as well. Who knows? Here we go, TP coming in, and Yumiko has expected this, but he does have the numbers supply, numbers advantage I meant. There we go with the scroll of haste. Kotobi's going for a very, very bold and courageous move. Lordo could devour that knight, reducing the tankiness of Yumiko's army as well as the damage output. We will have a lot of units being taken out though. Yumiko has now summoned that rock golem at a perfect time. We do have a paladin out as well for Yumiko, as we did see a holy light being tossed out. Do we have a holy light? Yeah, we do. Where's the paladin at? There's the paladin. And the bloodlust just being used against Lordo. The spell steal is just way too great. Lordo is going to give the GG, and Yumiko is going to win this game. This is the best of 3 though, so Lordo does have a chance to come back, but we shall see in game 2. I'll see you guys then, and yeah, thanks for watching.